right. Hello, YouTube. Wow. All right, it is 5:45 and we have another beautiful windy morning in the city of Orange. We're gonna cut over here through the parking lot of Grijalva Park. And head in this direction. This spot right here is where I first laid eyes on the beautiful Ozark Trail G1 bike right here. This was it. This is where Salty Rider gave me this bike. Okay, we gotta run. Whoa! Whoa! Wow, we're gonna get some speed right now. This wind's gonna be pushing us. Man, we're gonna turn into an e-bike, a wind bike. So speaking of wind bike, speaking of wind bike, wow, this wind is really pushing me. So I might get a bike from this, now it's blowing the wrong direction. From this, from Purchasing Power, which is, I won't even say how much extra you pay to get a bike financed, but I'm still gonna get the electric fixed. But I talked about this before, but Purchasing Power has these weird bikes. I don't know if they're off-brand bikes. I've never heard of any of the companies. Can't really find reviews on the bikes. But some of them, I mean, they have the, the standard, Shimano shifters, and even some of them have Bafang motors. So I don't know what the deal are with these brands, but they have this one bike called a it's called a Wind Horse. So thinking about just getting that. It would probably cost me $20 a week that comes out of my check. So I'm like, I was gonna do that for my son, but I want to get him a good bike. I want to get him something he wants, not something he's just settling for. So he really likes the Mack Fox bikes. So maybe for Christmas we'll get him one of those. We'll see. But let me run into here real quick. It's my cool holder right there. It's got this spring. Fits in there like that. See that? All right, the store is busy. Busy. All right. Are we rolling? We're rolling? Let's see. Oh, we're rolling. All right, look at Chapman. Oh my God. Chapman Avenue. Off to the races, man. What are we gonna do? I'm gonna do this. All right. Right through this area. Wow. Old school bank. Wow. La Llorona restaurant and cafe. I'm gonna go back here behind Mini Target. We call this Mini Target. All right, are we gonna hit the Santiago Creek Trail? We're just gonna go straight. What do we do? Guess we'll just go straight. Why not? The wind seems to be helping us out. Well, kinda. Whoa. I don't know. Seems like a pretty mellow street, so we're on Yorba, I guess. The wind's kind of helping us. All these messages coming up. So we're heading south. So La Vida, do we want to cross on La Vida? No, we want to go straight. Oh boy. Yeah, 17 miles an hour, 18. Yeah, we're rolling. So yeah, the Wind Horse. They actually have an option. So it's not an attractive bike by any means, but I don't really care about that. For me, it's function over form. I need to check and make sure they have a website, that kind of stuff. but it's got a 750 watt brushless motor. It has you know, the standard 7-speed Shimano shifter. Has hydraulic disc brakes. And I saw a guy who had so the one I'm looking at is the Pro version. It has suspension. It has a shock in the back, shocks in the front. And yeah, so it's and they have an army green one which matches this bike. But it pretty much looks like the electric XP that's not the step through, or kind of like that GoTrax bike. Has 20-inch wheels, 4-inch wide. But this dude, I did find one video. It says it only goes 20 miles an hour, but did find one video of this guy talking about one. He was doing a 1-month review on it, and the version he had was just not the Pro version, just the basic one. Same motor, just no shocks, just the front shocks and probably mechanical brakes. But he said he got his up to 35 miles an hour. I'm like, God damn. I don't know, I know that's not that fast, but it's for those types of bikes, it's pretty fast. Yeah, but I just don't want to end up, we already have like a lot of old bikes and vehicles from the kids in our garage. We look like hoarders. So I don't want to get a bike. I mean, the investment's minimal just because the payments are so cheap, you know. So if I could ride it for a few months, maybe it'll be worth it. Oh man, I forgot to put a Band-Aid on my face. Dang it. Oh. And then it's gonna be raining soon, so yeah, I need a bike that's not gonna fill up with water, that can withstand weather. I know the electric can, because I've ridden the electric in the rain many times, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to ride this bike in the rain, so I don't know. All right, 17th Street. So we're gonna stay on Yorba, I guess. This is pretty similar to my Sunday ride so far. So we're gonna cut through this way. Go through all under all this little canopy. Oh, look at this little spot. Got El Torito, Zoves. Never heard of Zoves. La Galleria. Look at this. Wow, look at this clock. Coffee grinder. Man, this spot's pretty nice. Huh. Alrighty. Crab cooker. Crab skis. So yeah, maybe we'll take 4th Street. I don't want to go through Tustin. Some people can start channels from the top, you know. You just grab a popular e-bike and then, you know, you can get a channel. You'll be at 1,000 subscribers in a month by just getting a good bike, you know. But when you're starting at the bottom, you got to rely on, yeah, it's a grind. It's a grinder. All right, so do we want to cross on 4th Street or 1st Street? Huh. Let's do 4th Street. We already did 1st Street. Oh man, we just got sprinklered. We just got sprinklered, brothers and sisters of the Pell Forest Children of Night. Oh no. I forgot to wipe off this lens anyway, so. All right. Everybody hammering it for the freeway. All right, let's go. Here we go. 4th. We're on 4th Street. Ah. over the 55 freeway. We got the 4th Street exit right here. Nice and dangerous. Nobody expects anybody to be crossing the freeway exit on the G1 Ozark Trail. We got green lights all day, baby. Fourth. Big holes. Got a wizard. Got a wizard. So yeah, we did this section the other day, last week. We came out over here on Cabrillo Park. We came out from over there. Just hope we don't run over any stickers or anything. Hectic right here. First Street is much easier than this area. It's a nice street. Do our curvy sidewalk. The parrots of Orange County. More water, more cars. All right. McClay. So we're up to Grand now. We're gonna keep going. I gotta wait, watch for these people turning. Is this car gonna see me? Yeah. Dangerous. Dangerous. We got a little mural here, look at that. Mr. Raps. Yeah. They got the parrots. Let's get a little closer. Go. That's what it's all about, all this. That's a gym. I got caught in the rain on this street one morning. It was dumping so bad I couldn't even ride. I rode as far as I could, and then I took shelter under one of these buildings over here, under a covering for a little while. So yeah, that time of year is coming. I don't know if I can do it on this bike. So yeah, the electric, I'm still gonna fix the electric. I guess, should we go up standard? Let's go up standard. My brakes started messing up again. I'm gonna turn into my daily maintenance routine with these brakes. All right, so we're at Standard and First Street. I'll go behind you, dear. All right. I don't really want to ride up, we'll probably end up cutting over to the bike path eventually. I don't really want to ride like over to Red Hill or any of that stuff. So yeah, unfortunately we'll cut this way, then we have to double back, but that's all right. Got a guy dressed in camo, looking like the federales. The federales of, what do they call this area? There's a word for this area. I can't remember what it is. So we're gonna have to go on the street. McFadden. So we'll go up to, I guess, to Edinger. Hit the last hot block. And I don't know. See. I was doing some geocaching. I remember the first time I went geocaching, it's probably, I don't know how long ago it was. It was 20 years ago probably. And a friend of mine got one of those little GPS things. I don't know what they were. We had cell phones back then. I was like, I had no idea what was going on with technology, anything like that. So a friend of mine was like, hey man, you want to go geocaching? I was like, what is it? And he explained it to me and I was like, yeah, let's go, dude. So we were in Tulare County at the time. It was my roommate, Greg. Rest in peace, Greg Elizondo. Good dude. So this is the hood right here. So this is that alley I went down the other day, but we're not going to go down it. I'm not trying to be that guy, you know what I mean? I know it got a lot of views. I could probably get views every time I went down there, but anyway, so yeah, so Greg and I went geocaching, so it was cool. I mean, we went way out into the everywhere, like we started in Porterville and we went to Tulare, went to Visalia. We went out like in the middle of nowhere, like bridges, like on some random canal out in the middle of these agricultural communities. Just crazy. I was like, it was actually really fun. Drinking beer and geocaching, man. All right, so we're to St. Andrew. What are we gonna do? St. Gertrude. So St. Gertrude, that's a residential street. I think we'll go down it. It's usually kind of busy, but there's no stop signs going in this direction, so we'll just take this down to the Pacific Electric bike path. Which you can see blinking up there in the distance. I don't know what this car next to me is doing. Besides making me nervous. Making me nervous. Kill some. $6.24. All right. This is where we cross. My homie right here. Go Dodgers. All right, so 6:25. I'd like to make it by Yeah, I'd like to make it by 6:45. That would mean 1 hour, even though, you know, it's kind of a strange route, but I think we can do it. Oh. Oh. Hell yeah. Going through the Dale High. Hell yeah. You guys got a camping chair? So yeah, I don't know, I guess I can pull the trigger on the wind horse. It would be appropriate to be riding the wind horse right now. What's going on down here? Let's see what's going on. Yeah, like I said, they've been keeping this cleared out because of kids walk down this trail to go to school. I don't know what school, I just read it in an article. Is this, usually there's a few little tents right here, and then over here, the trail keeps going over to Flower Street and beyond. But there used to be a lot of tents right here. Along right here. So they've been kicking them out. Kicking them people. Those people. And it's daylight. Yeah, I gotta get a bandage for my face. I don't be walking around with a big old wound on my face. It's not that bad. Right. Monster truck. This dude's got a whole bunch of recyclables. You're good, bro. OC Commuter is not tripping. Not at all. 6:31. Maybe we'll hit the street. We'll hit the streets, hit the streets. No, what the hell are you doing, lady? Man, I really hate when people do that. Like, just go slow and... Man. Makes me want to say, like, bad things. Makes me want to, like, do little hexes and curses on people. So, I know it's the fall, but I watched The Voice the other night and somebody did a song called Summer Breeze. So that song is horrible. Summer breeze makes me feel fine. It's a really haunting song, and but I'll have to admit, we used to hang out at a pizza place in Porterville called Poor Richard's. And that was the spot where all the different groups in town would meet up and eat pizza, and some groups would merge, would drink. When I first started going there, I mean, I went there as a kid, but I also went there like even younger, like, oh, even my older days, like 18 through my 20s. But when I first started going there, I don't know, I was probably 18, like when I went there on the seriousness. And most of the friends I hung out with were older than me. They were 21, they were of age. And you could smoke in there. People were smoking cigarettes in there, I swear to God, and smoking other stuff. And they had this old jukebox, and it played records. And Summer Breeze was one of the records, but this morning, man. The record player was really bad. The speakers sounded crazy. They were always kind of staticky, and the bass was really just round, and the sound would go higher and lower, and it was just a tripped out jukebox. It was the haunted jukebox. The bar that was in there in this pizza place supposedly was a bar bought at a auction, and it was it says AC on it in stained glass, and supposedly it was like Al Capone's, of course. So it was just this dark, pizza joint, and there was like on the walls, there's a bunch of old antique paintings and photographs and just strange things that you would find, at a thrift store covering the walls. Really cool. This is a really interesting place, but that was the spot. But sometime later in my 20s, I discovered this band called Typo Negative, and they did, oh my God, you see that guy? I just ran right through that stop sign, man. Oh my God, I hate it. Anyway, so Typo Negative did that version of that song, Summer Breeze. So then I would go in there to Poor Richards, and I'd always play that song on the jukebox. And the way it came through on that old jukebox was just creepy. And that haunted pizza establishment. They had a bunch of, they had a game room for kids. And we would go in there and play pinball. There'd be like 6 people, sometimes more, inside the kids' game room playing pinball with pitchers of beer. It's getting crazy. So fun. But yeah, I could get away with drinking at a young age there. I just go there and drink with the buddies. Then they get used to you, you know, the owner. So you just go get your beer and pizza. Yeah, one time when I was living in Porterville, this is like the benefits of a small town. I was in between living in different spots and had gone back to Porterville. So I would do that. I would go back to Porterville, work, and then save up money and then move somewhere else. And, you know, like I worked seasonally up in Sequoia National Park. I worked in New Mexico. I'd gone to Palm Springs. Just random adventures. And so I'd gone back to Porterville to regroup. And at one time, I had a tab, not at Poor Richards, but I had a tab at the Mecca, that local bar, and then another bar called the Mission that was pretty popular. So towards the end of the week when I'd run out of money, I could be like, oh, just put it on my tab. Then Friday come around, I go and pay off my bar tabs. This is at like, 20-something years old. Who has a bar tab at like 23, 24 years old? OC Commuter did. But in my defense, I grew up in bars. I mean, my mom was a bartender. When I was a kid, I lived out in Terabella, this little farming community, and it was a few years after my parents moved from West Covina out to the country, and so my mom's from the city. She's from like La Puente. My dad was from Vermont, but when they moved out there, my dad worked for this logging company called Ray Howard's. So the people that owned the logging company had a bar right there where they kept their logging trucks. So my dad worked for them. logging, and they had a bar built out of, it was a log cabin called the Hoot and Holler. Look it up, the Hoot and Holler. We lived like a quarter mile from the Hoot and Holler. And at one point, so my mom bartended there, and at one point, my dad would, we would go there on the weekends and clean the bar. So I would go there, and my dad would let me keep the money from, they had a bunch of pool tables, so he'd let me keep the money that people left, the quarters that people left on the pool tables. They had a jukebox there too, and I would listen to old country, classic country, even predating the outlaw country. So that's when I discovered my love for country music. I was young. I don't know how old I was at that time. Probably first or second grade, I would say. I can remember listening to, also listening to Casey Kasem's Top 40. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, the lights change differently right now. They usually don't change like that. Usually you get turn signals from oncoming traffic and your traffic, and then people go straight. They're changed now where the green light to go straight and the turn light goes on. It's interesting. So it's 6:44. My objective was to get here by 6:45, so I guess that's good enough. Don't stop, don't stop. Stop at the line. So all you drivers out there, stop at the white line first. Use your blinkers. All right, we'll catch you on the next video. Oh, let's look at our little readout here. All right. So I started this on my, no, not Facebook. "12 miles. Top speed 30 miles an hour. When did I go 30? Average speed 11.5. Duration 1 hour and 2 minutes. All right, we'll catch you on the next one.